He's never complained about not getting playing time or anything like that. And right now, I'd say he probably had the best offseason of anybody in our program. He had an awesome offseason, and I think he's just developed not so much physically, which he has, but as a leader. Like people will listen to him. He's been a great leader this offseason, and his work ethic is awesome. Like he just grinds through everything. You always know what you're going to get with him, and I'm looking forward to him this year. I'm looking forward to what he has for us.
When you guys call yourselves
been a dominant line as the lone news starter, have you offered him any insight into what you gained from that experience, or what he can expect entering that sort of cohesive unit?
I mean, he's just handled it so well so far that I think he has a great approach to it. So I'm just going to let him keep going. I feel like I'll step in when I need to, but I mean, he's been here longer than I have.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to have a great year. So I'm not going to interfere with something that's going really well for him.
And then going off of that, was it harder to be the lone news starter for you 2 years ago, or to be the only returning starter last year, which was a more difficult situation for you to be in?
I think it's harder being the one coming in as a new starter, just because that culture's established. Those guys have already bonded, gone into battle together, and it's kind of hard to break into that. And thankfully I was able to do that, but that's just hard to do, and you're just kind of on the outside looking in, and
he's capable.
Yeah. I mean, Chase is he's already a part of us. I feel like he's in a different scenario than I was.
Is that as clear cut as it appears? Can Jamarco slide in there and fight him for that spot, or is it Chase's?
I mean, I don't know if they've announced officially that Chase.
Yeah, it hasn't been official. I mean,
but
Coach said it in the spring.
Yeah. I mean, Chase has been doing such an awesome job, but I mean, I work out with Jamarco every day, and he's been doing whichever one of those guys doesn't start could come in and play, and we would have no let up. But like I said, I'm buying a ton of stock in Chase. I think he's it looks like he's going to end up being a starter. I think he's going to have an awesome year.
If it's not Jamarco, how does he prepare then to be your successor if that's the road he goes without playing this year, without being the starter this year?
Well, I mean, one, like competing for a starting job and losing it, can't be comfortable. Can't be a comfortable situation to be in. But I just think the level of competition that he's going to play in practice, if he lets up, somebody else will take his spot in the 2D. I don't think he has time to kind of mope around about anything if he doesn't win a position. And he's been great with that. He's been a great backup. He plays well in practice, and he just needs to continue to build consistency. And whether it's this year or next year, he's going to be a really good player.